And then I'll tell you, a couple years ago, I was in, against my better judgment, I was in one of these fantasy football leagues. You'll like this.
Uh-huh.
I won it, and the guy that ran it wanted to be a jagoff. He shows up at my house, and he drops off, I think I won like, say, $850 in coins.
What'd you tell him?
He's like, well, this is your money. And then he's laughing as he goes back to his car.
Did you know him? How well did you know him?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of my buddies. I mean, but he was just busting my chops. But then I'm thinking to myself, now what do I do with it? So then you have to write your name on all of the.
Yes, you do, and your phone number, I think.
You write your name and phone number on all of the what are the coin rolls?
Yep.
Then I had to go in, and of course, because I had all these coin rolls, and I guess because I'm like light skinned like I am, and some people think I'm Egyptian or something, they thought I was a terrorist. So I had to answer all these questions about where I got you know what I'm saying? Where I got all these coins. What are you doing with these coins? Or did you get them from legal me? I had to answer
Did you answer them?
I basically just said, what are we talking about? I've had all these coins in my house for years. I just finally decided to roll them. Well, I don't know. I mean, these are coins, you've kept this much money out of circulation for how long? And I went on and on and on and on. And finally I just said, listen, for $850, I don't know if this is worth it. Oh, no, it's not that. We just have to make sure. What do you have to make sure?
How many rolls of quarters? I mean, there had to be a bunch.
It was nickels and dimes and pennies.
Holy hell.
Yes. It was nickels and dimes and pennies. And I said to them basically, listen, what do you think I'm doing terroristically here? With coins.
So you being squirrely with the U.S. Mint.
I mean, what are we talking about here? Yes.
And you got your money?
I was so angry. Yeah. I mean, I told them, listen, how about this? How about I just deposit it?
Uh-huh.
I won't take a dime from you now.
Your claim was they thought you were Egyptian.
Well, I mean, if I've gotten that before, where they think I'm like Middle Eastern, and therefore I must be maybe
like
a terrorist,
UAE or somewhere like
that,
right,
or whatever. Yes, exactly. Gotcha. They think I'm like you know what I mean. I've gotten that before.
Qatar maybe.
The safest bet in America is if I'm going through security in an airport, they're pulling me out of the line. Bet it every time. So my point is, okay. So what I did was I said, you can have this money, deposit it in my account, and when you figure out, I don't know what you have to do, when you figure out that it's all there,
right,
then you can actually officially deposit it. Because I wrote my name and number on the coin thing.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure you got machines back there that will count this stuff for me. You know what I mean? Automatically.
Right.
But their thing was, A, how do they know that it's all there? And B, where did I get all of these coins?
Did you write your real name or your Americanized name?
Yeah, I wrote I wrote a name that really that played to all of the stereotypes they had in their head. Right, exactly. But no, I mean, my point is, they were trying to basically insinuate that you know what I mean? It's like, what criminal is coming in here with dimes, nickels, and pennies? Even if I was a drug dealer, right? I'd have $10 bills, right?
I don't know. How would I know?
I mean, a dime bag. I mean, I'm just saying, like, what are we talking about here? I mean, here's how I know, real quick. I picked up a guy when I was driving a cab. I picked up a girl at the airport. She comes out. She says, hey, I'm going to Youngstown, Ohio, yada, yada. My brother will pay when I get there. Now, that's always really a red flag. But I'm looked at her, and I'm thinking, okay, I think she's actually legit, so I'll take a shot at this because it'll be a nice little fare. So I drive her up there, right? She says, okay, he says, meet us at this address. We're in Youngstown, by the way.
Okay.
We pull into this convenience store, which looks like it's from like Boys in the Hood or something.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking around like, you got to be joking me. So sure enough, the car drives up, and it's like an old muscle car. It's got the rims and everything else. Dude opens the door. It's like Cheech and Chong movie with all the smoke coming out.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you got my sister. How much? No, it's like $175, right? Of course, he pulls out a wad of tens, like this big.
Nice.
And rifes off 19 tens and hands them to me, right? I'm like, gee, I wonder what this guy does for a living, right? You have that many tens on you. What do you do for a living? So that's how I know, okay, if I bring a bunch of tens in, then maybe ask me questions.